Lee with Prestige Curb Appeal. We do residential and commercial pressure washing. We do everything from roofs, houses, and driveways. Commercial-wise, we do shopping centers, parking lots, everything, you name it. It really helps and makes you feel good and increases the property value. Give me a call, 865-621-1004. We'd love the opportunity to give you a quote, come out and see your house, even look at your driveway.
Let me clear my throat here, Chris. Running behind, my friends, running behind. It was one of those mornings where your alarm goes off and you look at the alarm, you're like, oh, I'm good. I don't need to do anything yet. And all of a sudden my wife leans over and says, hey, aren't you supposed to be live right now? Oh, yeah, whoops, sorry about that. I fired myself, so don't worry about it, okay? Okay, I fired myself. Anyways. Happy Thursday. What's up, Denise? How are you? Julie, good morning. Tom, here I am. How are y'all? All right, here we go. So let's get to work with the forecast because we actually have shaved down the temperatures a little bit from what we were talking about yesterday, and it does look like today a little wave in the atmosphere is going to be swinging its way on through, giving us a little bit more elevated rain chances, if you will. First things first, let's start you off with the time lapse from yesterday. Take you to downtown Clinton. Now, of course, we had the morning clouds hanging out with us. We had some morning dense fog. But then we saw some sunshine, and once the sun comes out, you can start to see the atmosphere bubbling up. One of my favorite things about time lapses is really seeing how the atmosphere works and the convection, little bubbles. Just think of the atmosphere as like a pot of boiling water, and as you heat it up, there's your little bubbles, and then once you take the lid off, there goes those thunderstorms that are drifting on through. You can see those thunderstorms off in the distance. Out there this morning, in downtown Clinton, we have some low-grade clouds. We've got more cloud coverage and clear skies. A little bit of fog hanging out with us this morning. And believe it or not, some scattered showers already hanging out with us this morning as well. And those showers will only continue to pick up here through the day today. So do anticipate elevated rain chances more so today than what we saw yesterday. And I think that's going to be the story tomorrow as we have a little bit more of a potent upper level wave swinging its way on in. Yesterday, we did top out in the 70s and 80s, so it was still a warm and above average day by about 6 degrees in the Knoxville area. But here's what's going on in the big picture. When we look at vorticity, this shows us little waves in the atmosphere. This is 500 millibars, about, say, 12 to 15,000 feet in elevation. See this little kink? I don't know if you'll be able to see it very well. See this little kink right there to our... right here, just down by Jackson and Memphis, little kink in the upper level wave. That's a little wave. That's going to be swinging its way to the north and northeast. That provides lift out ahead of the waves. Think about a wave in the ocean. When a wave approaches you, what does your boat do? It starts to rise. Once the wave gets over you, you're at the peak, and then the wave passes you. What do? You sink. Well, sinking air brings us drier weather conditions. Rising air brings us stormier conditions. So when you look at your radar recap over the last 3 hours, you get an idea of how these showers are starting to develop from Mississippi to Alabama, Middle Tennessee, Georgia, and right here in East Tennessee as well. So if you have travel plans around the state, do anticipate elevated scattered rain chances. These showers will continue to increase here through the morning and into the afternoon hours. No severe weather threat once again here today. Well, we didn't really have one yesterday, even though we saw a couple of isolated strong thunderstorms. Not really expecting that. Now, a couple of storms could become a little bit stronger, a little bit more robust, if you will. And that could tap into some upper level energy, producing some stronger wind gusts. But I'm really not anticipating much in the way of severe weather. Let me walk you through our future cast. Now, I do think that this morning's future cast is kind of overdoing it. But it's picking up on the signals of the rain showers that we have ongoing already this morning. So as we progress you through time, you'll see how this is really going to start to increase through the late morning and into the early afternoon. So some good, solid, possible rain is on the way. It bumped it up to about an 80% chance of rain today. So pretty much everybody has a chance for seeing some sort of rainfall, I think, before the day is over. Okay, so you're not the first, Felicia. Everybody's been texting or saying, hey, listen, you're not the only one. A bunch of us overslept. I mean, did we think it was the weekend, or are we just exhausted? I think it's the fact that we're just exhausted. So by the end of the day, now again, I think this is overdoing it. I don't think we're going to see 3.6 inches of rain in Dayton or 2.9 in Sweetwater, but I think the signals are there that we are going to have elevated rain chances and rain showers throughout the day today. Probably half an inch of rain is probably the best bet when it comes to the forecast. But again, some of you could get a little bit more than that, especially if you get more rounds and rounds of rain over the same location. And if you got rain yesterday, this will kind of be insult to injury. Not really looking at much of a flood guidance, but the flooding, it will increase as we head through the day tomorrow, especially in certain locations that continue to get the rounds and rounds of rain. All right, so temperatures this morning are hovering right now in the 60s. Yeah, Miranda, I did need a few extra minutes. Apparently, my body says, hey, listen, you're not getting up yet, bro. You're not getting up yet. All right, so here we go. So temperatures this morning are starting off in the 60s. Now, I've shaved down our temperatures a little bit from what I was forecasting yesterday. Yesterday, I had 77 for today. I've dropped it down to about 74 thanks to the clouds and the elevated chance for rain throughout the day. So scattered showers, some thunderstorms. We're going to top out in the low to mid 70s, which is average for this time of the year. Can't go wrong with that. Elevated rain chances will stick with us for our Friday into our Saturday, but not all day Saturday. So it's not really a 50-50 weekend. I'm going to call it a quarter of a weekend. What? Yeah, like a quarter weekend, right? So rain probably first thing Saturday morning, then should see improving conditions throughout the day on Saturday. And then Sunday, Monday should be dry with elevated rain chances starting to pick back up as we get into, I'll say maybe next Tuesday, Wednesday time frame. So again, here's your future cast. Now we showed you the day today. So let's go ahead and pick up our timeline here tonight at 7 o'clock. Good morning, Linda. How are you? Thanks, Liz. We will survive, right? I'm awake. All right, here we go. What's up, Brandon? How are you? So you do have your weather reports for the radio stations already. I did send those right away. All right, so let me go back to this for a second because I was just chatting away. Let's push the button here. All right, so there's 7 o'clock tonight. Watch as we get through the overnight hours. The rain showers start to fade away. So as we get into our Friday morning, probably not going to have a whole lot. But now here comes our next robust system, bringing a cold front through the area. And so showers and thunderstorms will increase throughout the day on Friday. Friday night, they'll be hanging out with us. And then through Saturday morning, we'll probably have some lingering showers. But then as we progress through Saturday, high pressure starts to build its way on in. Now, the clouds may stick around for a good chunk of the day on Saturday, but they should begin to clear as we get into Sunday. And again, I think this is really overdoing the rainfall totals. Most model guidance is putting us at about a half an inch to an inch of rainfall. But just keep in mind, some isolated locations could pick up well over an inch if you get more rain day after day. All right, yeah, last day for TCAPs. I know I didn't even get to walk my kids to the school because they were walking out before I was even ready for the show. I was going to walk them out. And then they were like, Dad, we got to go. I was like, well, I don't even have a shirt on yet. So let's get going here. All right, so some decent amount of rain around the area. So this is good. Those April showers bring what? Mayflowers. What do Mayflowers bring? Pilgrims. All right, never gets old. All right, here's your 7-day forecast. Never gets old for me anyways. So everybody's getting rain today and also through the day tomorrow. I don't know why that's saying 50% on Friday. That is not correct. Well, it's supposed to be 80% chance of rain today, 90 for tomorrow. Yeah, that's all messed up. I have it correct in my system, but I'll have to fix that. Later. I don't know why it's showing you that. But either way, elevated rain chances today, tomorrow. Rain fades on Saturday. More sunshine returns Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, with more storms expected as we get into next Wednesday. And just a quick check of the Climate Prediction Center. Above and beyond the 7-day, that's your 6 to 10 and 8 to 14-day outlook. So we may be trending above average for some days. And then we may be trending about average, which would be good. This Climate Prediction Center goes back and forth constantly. So you can't use this. This just gives us a general idea because these are probabilities. Maybe probabilities are elevated rain chances from the 30th through the 4th. And then from the 2nd through the May 8th, maybe some elevated rain chances, but nothing too terribly strong. The signals aren't too terribly strong. So that's what we got going on in the forecast. Good morning, Eva. Brent, how are you? Looks like a couple of wet days. Yes, it does, my friend. You have the pool open yet? Yeah, classic. Dwayne, I'm right there with you. I did get my cup of coffee. I haven't even had a sip yet because it just was poured, so it's too hot. Yum. Kathy says, good morning, Mike. Can I cut my grass this morning? Yeah, you better get going, though, because we got some rain showers. We already have some rain showers to our south and west. So, Kathy, I'll show you what it looks like on the radar here. Let's go back to the radar here for a second. Give you an idea of what's going on. So we've already got some showers just off to our south and west. So, Kathy, you better get out there. It's 7:24. Are you allowed to mow the yard at 7:24 in the morning? Kathy, maybe not so much. And by the way, big shout out to Kathy this morning. She's my neighbor across the street. She's in her 70s. She's amazing. And we were out camping this weekend, as many of you knew, at Little Arrow. When we got back, she had texted us and let us know that she had cleaned out one of our flower beds. She said she got bored. Nobody was around, so she decided to pick up some of our weeds. So, Kathy, big shout out to you this morning. Thanks, my friend. I appreciate you. Always good to have good neighbors, isn't it? The gremlins are back. I don't think the gremlins are back. They're back every once in a while. They put the blanket over my face and didn't let me get up this morning. That's what they did, Tom. Mud puddles. That is what April showers brings. Yeah, well, that too. How's Greenback looking for tomorrow? Looks a little stormy. So scattered showers and thunderstorms. So basically today and tomorrow, elevated rain chances. Everyone has a pretty good shot at getting some sort of rainfall today and or tomorrow. Good morning, Katrina. How are you this morning? Good morning, Doug. How are you? Nice for you to join us this morning. It's raining in Pleasant Ridge right now, says Cheryl. Thanks, Cheryl. Appreciate it. Sarah, sprinkles in West Hill. So there we go. So we've already got some light rain showers, as you can clearly see on the radar this morning. This is only going to blossom and bloom through the day today. So something to kind of keep in mind if you have outdoor plans. If you're trying to get out and mow the yard, that is just kind of the thing that's going on. Good morning, Robert. Yes, it is a late morning this morning, but I didn't fire myself, so you have to deal with me a little bit longer. I will tell you, though, listen, over the years of working at the TV station, I did mornings for almost 20 years. There are going to be times that you sleep in. It just is the natural part of life, right? But when you work at a TV station, the show must go on. At least my app was updated. You could have gotten the forecast no matter what. But the show must go on at the TV stations. And when you're late, it is not a fun time. I can't tell you how many times that's happened to me over the years. More than I should count. But after doing this now, East Tennessee weather, now for a year and a half, that's the first time I think I've slept in. Not bad. Let's not let it become a trend. Because sometimes when you get in that trend, you're like, oh, okay, cool. There's been a couple mornings I've been like, oh, wait, no, it's Saturday. Because all the days run together, right? But I didn't have as much stress this morning as I typically would if I was working at the TV station. All right. Let's go ahead and take you back outside to show you a live look in. Let's take you to downtown Gatlinburg this morning as we get ready for your days, your National Day calendar. Nice quiet start to the day in Gatlinburg. Not a lot of rainfall there so far. But if you are joining us from downtown Gatlinburg or Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, you will likely get some rain showers before the day is over. All right. National holidays for the day today. Of course, we're celebrating birthdays and events. Any birthdays out there? Definitely gave myself plenty of grace this morning. Don't worry about that, Miranda. Definitely don't have the stress, as I just mentioned. Don't have the stress as if you were working at a TV station. You're so welcome, Martha. All right. And the funny thing is I've kind of gone back and forth. Do the lives work better at 7 o'clock in the morning? Do they work better at 6 o'clock in the morning? I don't have an answer to that. I don't have an answer yet. But we do 6 o'clock normally, but now we're kind of at 7 o'clock, what I used to do. All right, it's National Neck Care Day. Do you take care of your neck? Like when I wash my face, my wife's like, you got to push up. You can't push down. Don't be so rough. Take care of your neck. Push your neck up so the wrinkles don't. I don't know. It's National Take Care of Your Neck Day. It's National Bucket List Day. All right, there we go. Anybody throw that on the chat. Do you have something on your bucket list that you're dying to do that you would want to mention for the rest of the world to see? One of my bucket list things, and I took care of that several years ago, was to become a pilot and get my pilot's license. Took care of that. I will tell you another thing on my bucket list is to visit Australia. I want to go to Australia so terribly bad. And we talked to my older son, and we said, what would you want to do for graduation from high school? Of course, he's only in 5th grade. But high school is probably, graduation from high school doesn't seem like it's too far away now. So he wants to go somewhere. And we talked about different places, and he actually mentioned that he would like to visit Australia. And I said, perfect, because that is on my bucket list too. So for graduation, when, 2025, how many more years is that? Whatever, 2031 maybe Maybe the Witchers will be venturing down to Australia. We'll see. It's National Teach Children to Save Day. I'm going to give a big shout out to that. This is huge. And this is one of my biggest problems with schools, generally speaking. Okay? We learn how to add and subtract, and we learn how to write, and we learn how to read, and we learn how to do stuff that seems like it's nonsense, right? Like, do we really need to know parallelograms and the right angles? And I don't know. Sure, we do. But, because we need the basics, right? But one thing I think that the entire school system across the board, elementary school, middle, high school, and even college, because, college, they make you take certain amount of credits anyway, which I think is silly. Listen, I'm going to college for this. I've already taken all these classes. Let me just go for the thing that I'm paying you for. That's my personal opinion. But one thing that I don't think that schools teach us enough about is money and finances. Why? It is literally the one thing that drives our society. The one thing. If we don't have money and we're not bartering, you can't do anything. You can't get credit unless you have a credit card. You can't buy a house or a car unless you have credit. And the only way to get credit is to get a credit card. And our credit card debt in this country is ridiculous, right? So many people just chasing their tails due to the fact that we are so high in credit card debt. So why don't these schools teach our kids learn to save and to be responsible with money? So we do a little bit of the Dave Ramsey, not 100%, but we do a little bit of Dave Ramsey where we get paid. I put money into certain accounts. Those are certain accounts that we use for certain things. And my kids are the same way. So my kids are like, hey, I want to buy this. Well, do you have money? Yeah, I got money in my bank account. Okay. How much money are we spending in this bank account and how much are we saving? I want my kids to value the dollar. And I think that's one thing that Dave Ramsey really does well. He says cash is king. And cash is king, right? Because, of course, you can do anything with cash. You can buy brand new cars with cash. You can buy a brand new house with cash without credit if you pay the full thing in cash. Now, not most people can do that, right? But what I think cash does do, and I make my kids do this too, is you go pull out. I want them to understand that, yes, you're going to be using a credit card and debit cards, and your society is very electronic, and my society was not so much back in the day. But I want you to understand the value of a dollar. And in order to do that, I actually make them take their dollars, not use my credit card and draft it and transfer money from their bank account to my bank account. That doesn't do any good. I want them to have a physical feeling when they hand somebody a $20 bill. Ooh, do I really need that? And it works. I will tell you, it 100% works. If you've never done it, I would highly recommend it. Take cash out when you go to the grocery store. Take cash out when you go shopping for things. Don't take the credit card out and say, okay, this is how much I'm willing to spend. Or take it all. Take all your money in cash. Because when you go to put the cash on the counter, you're going to have a different feeling of purchasing that item than if you just swiped your credit card. Little financial advice from Mike Witcher this morning. Don't take financial advice from me. All right, National Take Our Daughters and Sons to Work Day. Big shout out to those. Anybody taking their kids to work today? And it's National Pigs in a Blanket Day. I'm going to give a big shout out to that. Who doesn't like pigs in a blanket? Or rather, I like corn dogs too. I actually probably like corn dogs better than pigs in a blanket. But that is just what it is. Denise, have a great day. Got to get to work. You must have been tired, have overslept. Yes. Nope, but we just did, didn't we? There you go, Katrina. Now your day is complete, my friend. Now your day is complete. Don't forget, I have live weather cameras on the East Tennessee weather platforms. If you didn't know that by now, well, now you do. Here's a live look at Fox Road Marina in West Knoxville. Overcast gray skies, a couple of sprinkles, a few light showers hanging out with us. And when you look at the radar, we do have some scattered showers working their way up the Southern Valley, the Cumberland Plateau, Fentress County, seeing some showers. So do anticipate elevated rain chances throughout the day today and also throughout the day tomorrow. I'll just leave that on the screen here so folks that are checking in. I have not recorded my weather forecast yet, so don't be surprised if you've not seen that on the East Tennessee Weather app. And I can't send you to the 24-hour channel because it's not updated there yet. As soon as we get done with the broadcast, I will update the channel, and the forecast for the day. Ooh, here we go. We're talking about bucket lists, right? Good morning, Martha. You're very welcome. All right. I want to do running with the bulls. You are crazy, my friend. You are crazy, Peyton. No, thank you. Although I will say, I think it'd be fun to be in the environment and at the event, but I'm not going to get in front of the bulls. Rhonda says, you missed 7 o'clock lives. All right. All right. Well, we go back and forth. Listen, this platform's for you, not for me, right? So if the mass said 7 o'clock, the masses said 7 o'clock, I'll do 7 o'clock. That'd be better for me anyways. Although part of the reason, Rhonda, I did stop doing 7 o'clock is because my kids need to be at the bus stop and they were begging me to help them take them to school every day. And part of the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing is so I can spend more time and do things more with my family. Now, I know it's a 24-hour job and I work a lot more than I ever used to, and my family understands that. But it's the small things. When your kids are young and they want you to take them to the bus stops, lo and behold, I'm going to do that. So if we did 7 o'clock, we'd have to do more like 7:15. And I don't know if that's, I don't know. I don't have an answer to this. Of course, I want to help people get out the door and get ready for work and get ready for school. So what's the best time to do that? I don't have an answer yet. Bucket list. You threw it away. Oh, come on, Kathy. You need to get adventurous. Unlike your daughter and your son-in-law, who won't fly in an airplane anywhere. You need to talk to your daughter, unless maybe she's getting that from you. They drive everywhere. What's up, Eric? How are you this morning? Eric, do you fly airplanes? What do you got going on over here, buddy? Mostly cloudy 62 in Kingsport. Appreciate the report there, Eric. But I like your profile picture. I've got one very similar to that. Looks like you're flying in an airplane, I'm assuming. And do you fly airplanes? Oh, yeah. Working on getting my Part 107 USA UAS pilot's license. Part 107. Nice. Let's see. Part 107. Let's see. I was part... I don't know. That is amazing, by the way. Is flying not the greatest thing in the world? Anyways, I asked the questions and I saw your next conversation there. So I think I'm part 114. It's been a while. And I'm actually not even current right now. I've not flown an airplane in 2.5 years now. Unfortunately, when I started East Tennessee Weather, I said, well, I don't have any more money to do it because it's expensive, isn't it? I mean, it's like $200 just to take off and land for the most part. But what are you flying in, Eric? What kind of airplane are you training in? I guess 172. I trained in a Grumman. Then I flew a Diamond, and then I flew a 172, and then I flew a 182, and I got my high performance. So really fun stuff. Good morning, Joanne. How are you? So you fired yourself. Do you become a disgruntled ex-employee? No, just a disgruntled employee that has to still work because I got to make money, right, Chris? You like pigs in a blanket? All right, we're talking bucket list. Do you have any bucket lists on here? I wish it wasn't going to rain, though. My body doesn't do well in the rain. It's probably the pressure levels, right? Maybe not the rain, but the actual pressure drop due to impending rain. I want to go to Badlands in Montana. Are the Badlands in Montana? Or are they in North Dakota? Or maybe they kind of go back. Maybe it's connected. I don't know. I don't have an answer to that. I don't know. Are the Badlands in Montana and North Dakota? South Dakota? North Dakota? Something like that. Anyways. Dan says, I miss 7 o'clock lives also. You know, and you watch the replay. Well, I'm glad you watched the replay. It's not the same to watch a live replay, is it? It's like watching sports, recorded sports. It's just not the same. I get it. But remember, I also have just your daily forecast weather updates as well. I don't know. I don't have an answer to that. It's always good to spend time with family. Yes. Listen, these kids one day will soon probably think I'm not cool anymore and be like, Dad, I'm good. I got the bus stop. Don't worry about me. Or I'm driving to school. I'm good, Dad. You don't need to be driving to school with me. Oh, you want to go skydiving? You are crazy. My wife, funny story. You want to hear a funny story? I'm going to get in trouble for this one, but here we go. So my wife wanted to go skydiving as well. So we had been married for maybe just a year or 2, 3 years, maybe max. I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years. I don't know what it was. It was a long time ago. And my wife wanted to go skydiving. So as a good son-in-law, I thought I'd take it upon myself and instead of just buying her a skydiving trip, I thought I would ask my in-laws, would you mind if I purchase a ticket for your daughter to go skydiving? Oh boy, that didn't go over well at all. The text message I got from my father-in-law, which was like a dagger to the heart, and I knew I was like, like as a parent or like when you were a kid, when your parents looked at you a certain way, you knew you were in trouble. They didn't have to say anything. He didn't have to say much for me to know. All he said in the text message said, "How dare you ask me that question?" That's all he said. So needless to say, my wife has not been skydiving. Not on my dime. Need to be good with the in-laws, right? But she always wanted to. I don't know if she does anymore, but Eva says 6 a.m. is good. You need to be with your sons. I appreciate that. Good morning, Tanner. How are you? I'm getting ready to push my app to Google Play. Nice. You got the app up and running? Heck yeah, buddy. Keep it going, my friend. Keep it going. Where did you get your app from? Email me. Let me know a little bit more information, Tanner. I know you've been working on your 24-hour channel, and now you're going to be running an app. And Tanner is, I believe, in Maryland. Maybe Maryland. You're welcome, Barbara. Flying drones. Oh. Wait, are you a pilot? Now I need more information, Eric. Good morning, Lisa. How are you? Ooh, good luck to your son. He's taking his instrument test today. That's awesome. That is awesome. I never made it to my instrument, my IFR. I wanted to, and I still have plans to do it. But IFR, you got to keep up with it a lot more than VFR. But good luck to your son. That is a very nerve-wracking thing to step in an airplane with a DPE and be like, all right. And it's kind of a pass-fail-ish sort of thing. It's not really pass-fail, but it is sort of pass-fail because if you don't pass certain things, then you got to go back and redo it and spend another, $500 to get a DPE in the airplane. Bucket list is Italy and travel out west in an RV. That is awesome, Wendy. Profile picture is flying on a helicopter in Sevierville. We are in the back. Oh, nice. Very cool. So you're just getting your drone license. Well, you know what, Eric? Go for your pilot's license. You won't regret it, my friend. I promise you that. Take them to the bus while you can, says Tiffany. I appreciate that. Yeah, absolutely. These kids grow up too quickly. They do. Always appreciate your daily updates. I appreciate you as well, Tiffany. Have a great day, Tom. Good to see you. The Hopes is at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. That would be the Hopes, but we'll see where the day goes. We'll see where the night goes. Maybe my dreams were just so good I couldn't get out of bed. I actually did think it was the weekend, but... Ooh, custom built for my channel and website. Good job, Tanner. I'm proud of you, buddy. Maryland. Yeah, I was right? All right. You're lakey wakey too, huh? Latey wakey. I don't know. Any severe weather this weekend? No, Taylor, no severe weather. Now, we could see a couple of isolated strong to severe thunderstorms, but I think that's going to be about the extent of it. Recreational U.S. drone pilot. Nice. That's awesome. I don't have my drone pilot's license. I do have a drone, but I also have a drone that apparently you don't have to get licensed, although I'm still going to go take the test. Since I am a pilot, all I have to do is go take a... what do I have to do? I have to do something. I just have to take a course. I don't even have to take a test since I'm a pilot, so it should be fairly easy. But my drone doesn't go above 400 feet, so I don't get into any airspace. Now, no, you're not supposed to go above, 400 or 500 feet anyways, because 500 feet in the counties or in the surrounding areas is U.S. airspace. And this is awesome, Tanner. You're doing an amazing job, buddy. I'm proud of you. Please do. Send me a video. Yep, figured that one out, Ben. In Dangerous, I noticed a lot of weather splits. How about weather spits around us just before hitting us? Does that have anything to do with being between two lakes? Oh, I noticed a lot of the time the weather splits. I see what you're saying, Tiffany. Excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat. It's not necessarily the lake per se, because the lake adds moisture to the atmosphere right around it, but it's sometimes the terrain, just the terrain that we have here in East Tennessee seems to... we have very some solid microclimates here in East Tennessee that, look at places like Morgan County. they get more frequently. Seems to be, and I think when you look at the history, Morgan County gets a lot more tornadoes than, say, next to it in Anderson or next to it in Knox or even south of it in Roane County. So it's just the little microclimates that we have here in East Tennessee. I do know that. And in order to make money on any of your drone stuff, you do need to get your license. And so I need to do my license. That's why I've not posted a lot of videos, drone videos on social media, because I do make money on social. So I can't post drone videos there. Good morning, Betty. How are you? Long time, my friend. Oh, your drone keeps crashing. Haven't got it figured out yet. Uh-oh. Don't they just kind of fly themselves a little bit? Well, congratulations, Krista. Everybody say congratulations to Krista. I understand that you did have your baby. Big shout out to, I believe it's Matilda. Which funny story. We actually finished watching the movie Matilda last night with the kids. Yeah, it is Matilda. I was right. Yay. Yeah, it's just little microclimates. It just is kind of because the mountains, we live in a bowl here with the plateau, the mountains, and because we're oriented southwest to northeast, and storms, kind of come in from southwest to northeast, well, westerly, but, the flow ahead of a cold front typically is southwest to northeast. Anyways, what's up, buddy? How are you, Nathan? Are you running late this morning as well? Nathan's probably looking at the clock going, wait, it's 7:45. Wait, what? What is going on? Anyways, my friends. We're going to wrap things up here this morning at 7:45. Kind of nice. Maybe I'll start doing live broadcasts at like 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm just going to sleep in every day. Nah, I won't do that. It's not my style. I don't even know if I could sleep in till 9 o'clock in the morning. I don't think I could. I've been waking up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning for 20 plus years. Anyways. Jesse's a proud daddy again. I absolutely love it. Big shout out to you, Krista, and Jesse, and Matilda, and all your kids. Listen, I sure hope you have a great day. Take care of yourself. Have a good day today. Track the rain with the interactive radar. Remember, the East Tennessee Weather app gives you past, current, and future radar of 2 hours, but just anticipate a better chance of rain today and tomorrow, and then we'll start to dry out as we get into our Saturday and Sunday and Monday. That's just the way it works. Hey, Eric, have a great day. Thanks for joining me from the Kingsport area, Upper East Tennessee, Tri-Cities area. Remember, East Tennessee covers all of East Tennessee. Hopefully we don't see too many strong storms today. I don't think we're not necessarily talking about severe weather per se, but maybe a couple of strong thunderstorms if we can get that atmosphere to really heat up. But based on the cloud coverage and the opportunity or threat for rain today, I've shaved those temperatures for highs down into the mid-70s, which is average for this time of the year. All right, my friends, have a great day. Be safe, be kind to each other. Life is short. Grab your cup of coffee. Have a great day, and I'll see you back here tomorrow.